Mm-hmm.
Segment L. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Amsterdam Talk, Season 3, Episode 16. Tonight, I bring you a spiritual teacher and counselor, Ms. Hathor. I just forgot it
Hathor.
that fast.
Hathor. Like a Thor. Like Thor. Hathor. Second.
Hathor. Sec. She just pronounced the name. Can't get it right. I'm sorry. How are you doing this evening?
It's been a bit chaotic day, with this full moon coming in. So, the energy always builds up first, and then I need to close this window. It is loud.
So what does this full moon, do? What does it do? What does it do in your world, in your spirituality world?
It does it on everybody, whether you're aware of it or not. It's upon the collective. Everything, the planets rule us in a way, with the frequency. So if you don't understand what's going on, you could be probably moody, you could be irritable, because right now this full moon is asking us to balance ourselves out, and it's a very feminine energy with this pink moon. And a lot of people want to be masculine because it's getting hot. So with that heat, especially with melanated people, it rises that kundalini where we start acting crazy. So the full moon and the heat and different alignments can cause a lot of chaos. And then yesterday was just a portal. So when it's a portal with
Mm,
that 4-4 energy, it could get a little chaotic because there's something that you should be really focused on when you're dealing with portal days with the 4-4 energy.
okay. Well, I kind of get what you're saying about the full moon because this takes me back to a hot September day back in 2004. I was in college at the time, and it was a full moon that night, and niggas was just acting like animals that night.
Mm-hmm.
All the women on campus were at a strip club. They had a strip party, and all the women were there. So it was a bunch of niggas on campus. No women, and the
Sounds
full
like
moon was
jail.
rising. A lot of fights broke out, huh?
I said it sounds
So it
like
sounded like
jail.
jail.
No
Nah, it was
women,
yeah.
men
Where
left
I
to their
went to school
devices.
at no, where I went to school at Maryland Eastern Shore at the
I'm
Convention
familiar.
Center every September. They used to bring like the strippers from all over the East Coast down there and performing. Like all the women from the school used to go. So it was just kind of a full moon that day. And I remember that everybody was just acting like animals, and people open up. People were knocking on doors and just opening their doors and just getting punched. Shit was crazy that day.
Yeah, but full moons always bring on that type of energy. Women have babies during that time. Yeah, she said hospitals stay and increase. Yeah, it usually makes people have babies or create babies, but that's what you really should be doing on those high energetic days. You should be um, intimate, grounding that energy or manifesting with that energy, using that energy for good and not for chaos or fighting or anger, which is going on a great deal, especially here in Baltimore and all over, because times are really changing right now.
Right, times are definitely changing. So, let me ask you this then: where are you in your spiritual pilgrimage?
I guess in my pilgrimage, I guess my journey would be teaching right now. I just turned 40. That's what a foundation. So it's time for me to teach. And I deal with the 11th and my birthday. So I'm a master teacher. So this is now my time after a journey of having many teachers, many mentors. It's now time for me to start bringing up really good students.
So you said the 11th of March.
No, month of 11. I'm a Scorpio, November the 3rd. So, with anybody born in the month of 11, even if they're a
Mm,
Sagittarius, they deal with a master teacher. They can be a great student, but they can also be a great teacher.
okay. So what
That's
if
how
you
we
were born?
love people. That's how we nurture people. That's how we nurture ourselves as we stay in education.
Okay, so what sent you on this journey? Like, how did you get started?
I think it's always been ongoing. It's been a continuing. It's been from other past lives, and it's just a remembrance as I got older to continue.
So you got older continue because normally when people go these paths, it's like something traumatic has happened or something like that, and they just decided to swing that way. I mean, just go that way, and
I think I always knew. I always knew that because I had abilities since I was little, so I already knew some things that my life was going to be different. That I wasn't just normal.
what were some of these abilities?
Well, I'm a twin, so telepathy always came easily. Seeing into the other realm always been something that was known since I was little. Seeing orbs, ghosts, demons, all those things definitely have always been a part of my life, even at a young age. So that's why I said it wasn't something that was going to be far fetched that I would be a spiritual teacher in the future.
Okay, so
You
you
hear my
said
daughter in the background, excuse me.
that's fine. So you said 11. So do you have like for everything? If I just so are you also deemed a medium? I was have him answer that question.
I'm a medium, but I think people need to understand that mediums deal with different. You have different types of levels of mediumship, and my mediumship is that I am clairaudient, which is even a part of telepathy is that people come in through clairaudience or they come in readings and they're there. The ancestors are there, and I also always see an orb form, and I finally figured out that took some years to finally figure out the orbs and what they mean and what's the different auras around people and what shows up and what comes through.
Okay, so what that would comes through. So I'm guessing I would as you said times are changing earlier. Does modern society encourage being spiritual or is it discouraged?
I think that this has always been something that even one of my teachers that I had, this has always been something coming down the line that I knew was going to come because not it wasn't mainstream. Now everybody is knows how to do tarot. Everybody is a novice of the spiritual. Everybody's a spiritual teacher. Everybody's doing something within the spirit now. But that was a long time coming when I first started and coming into be this. It's been a long road. So the times are changing because we're now coming into the age of Aquarius. So the age of Aquarius is the age of knowing and opening up to new ways of consciousness, and technology is going to lead that. But even the different thought forms, even with people um, saying the pronouns and all of that, is definitely age of Aquarius activity that's coming down the pipeline for all of us.
So it's coming kind of like I guess I don't want to say a day of reckoning, but it's kind of just coming down the line. I'm guessing for everybody, what you saying. So like um so you say you're a spiritual teacher and a counselor. So when someone comes to you and asks you about spiritual things, because I think how I got turned on to you, you were having I think a speed dating event. I was you
Speed
forgot all
dating
that
event.
green.
Young man, I wanted to kill y'all. Yes, I was having a speed dating, a spiritual speed dating event. So it was just like it was going to be set up for y'all to hit the ball and knock it out the park. But two guys showed up, and it was like nothing but more, a whole bunch of women. So I had to switch them off, but I did choose from like I chose three for each man that I felt was the best out of the eight women. And what I do is that I do
So
sexual. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was just going to ask you. So the three people, the three women to these men, the six women to these two men, did they chakras align and things like that?
It's not really about chakras, it's about your species. So your species can be read on your face. So when you look at somebody's face, you are looking at certain things on the face. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, all of that means something. The ears, all of that means something. The eyebrows, that means something. So when I match you up, I'm looking at the consciousness and the sexuality of the person can be read on the face, and I match you up like the Anunnaki did, um, with the matchmaking. is spiritual. And then I look at numbers. So I look at your numbers and I see the compatibility, but I read um, a numerology in a way of an angel language where the numbers talk a language. Does your twin have an embrace? No, she doesn't. She doesn't. My twin is very opposite from me. And we just had our little encounter a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, we're like night and day. But she has those abilities, but we're night and day. All my sisters have those
So you said
abilities.
you
My
match them up.
parents do. Mm-hmm.
So you match up the numbers. So you match numbers. So if I tell you some numbers right now, will you be able to give me some type of reading of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll use me for example. My birthday is in the fifth month, fourth day.
So you're 5'4", and what's your
Five
year?
four. My favorite number, 5'4", 82", and my favorite number is 9.
Oh, so
Of course,
you
because
so
of my
you're
birthday
C, so
being
you're
5.
11. So you're 5'4", 82.
I'm 11. Yeah,
Hmm?
yeah,
So you're
5'4",
five.
82.
So you're 5'4", 11. And who's the mate?
What that mean?
Like 5'4", 11 is the
Five.
numbers of your. Mm-hmm.
The mate is 5'30", 84.
Five. I'm sorry. Five. What?
5'30", 84.
30. 1984. So she's 5'3". Mm, 4. She's 5'3", 4.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Y'all kind of like are twinning.
We
So this
twinning.
is
How was
probably
that?
like, so when you have somebody that's born in the same, you have the same months, right? So you're both fives. So with those fives, how y'all nurture each other by
Right.
the month, it's about your identity. So y'all came together to kind of help each other increase the identity of each other. There is like a harmony with you two guys being born in the same month. So you're there's some type of reflection work that you guys had to embark on, or are y'all together right now?
We're not in the same house right now, but yeah, we good.
Okay, so y'all in this twin like energy. It was spiritual. It's still definitely dealing with something about your identities together, because even how y'all think is spiritual. Y'all are here to kind of make things better with each other, learn from each other. You come in like the teacher, giving the structure to the relationship and helping her with her mind, getting her mind right. But sometimes she doesn't always take what you say or how you think. It could be a little bit dualistic with her, and it could
Sometimes never.
it could get a little dualistic with you. So y'all never had this little thing where you had to stand each other's ground and understand each other as bosses. Like, hey, this is me, this is you. There's nothing
Yeah.
of having those type of differences with each other consciously. How y'all think about things.
Well, that happened. Like I mean, it happens. It happens sometimes. I definitely say probably probably about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I'm just like, yo, I'm not yelling. I just want you to understand where I'm coming from. Like this is just understand this thing. That's my whole point. That's what I'm like. I ain't trying to like. Once the problem is done, I just want you to understand. Like if I did this, how would you feel? If I mean, just picture it how I feel. Basically, just like you said, the structure. Like I just want you to understand this. This is what I'm going through, and I want you to understand it. There's really no answer to it. You say you sorry, it's over with. That's it. I
Hmm.
just want you to understand like my thing, where I'm coming from.
Yeah, you could be a bit aggressive. You have ladder aggression, but you can get up there. I don't see her face, but you can be aggressive with getting your point about, and you could be a bit bold, but you are flexible enough to kind of hear people out. But once you get that thought, you can get up there.
Okay. So
And
yeah, I
she has
guess
it
we
with her too. She has it with her too, where I'm looking at her consciousness. She can get aggressive when she needs to and stand up for herself. She deals with three. So three deals with moodiness. Three can deal with agitation, aggressiveness, um, mood swings when sometimes she has anxiety. Those things can come about. Yes,
Oh
no. You,
shit! Well, damn, you good. Like, damn, you
you guys
good.
are spiritual. Y'all were meant to come together. This is a spiritual relationship. This year, you should be focused on kind of like this solitude. So it's good that you don't live with her because you kind of need to be by yourself. You need some time to kind of hermit and have some self reflection and maybe even go on some trips and travel by yourself a bit more. And for her this year, I don't know if she's going back to school. She can go back to school this year. She can end up teaching this year if she wants to. But I would suggest she does something along education for 2023. But you guys together this 2023. Um, it can be a bit dualistic with you guys. So this is a time that yeah, we'll be exploring your own worlds. So kind of be, I wouldn't say be worried about distance, but don't be mad if sometimes y'all get a little distant.
Oh, I ain't never worried about that. But that definitely was good. But you also say like, well, not me, but like when you were doing the speed dating thing, you said you go by the eyes and the nose and how does that work?
Well, you want to look at certain things like with where I say noses are important. People don't even understand how important the nose is because the nose actually on a man shows his genitals, and the nose on the woman shows her uterus. So when you match up noses, you know that they're perfectly matched. If the noses look similar, naturally a woman's nose is going to be smaller than a man's. But if it definitely has those similarities to it, then that's a good match sexually. But there's some other things that go into play as well with matching up sexual with the sexuality.
So with you in the spiritual teaching and counseling, you could just look at a person and say, hey, the genitalia of their noses, this is what's going on.
Yeah, I can look at them and know that they are sexually compatible, or they're highly sexual compatible, or they're not sexually compatible.
Got you. Okay, so what about the eyes?
The eyes is a different read. The eyes are you reading the consciousness and how they receive and project and get their information. It's the eyes deal with the consciousness. The eyebrows deal with the consciousness. The whole entire eye area deals with the consciousness.
And okay, and I guess you said the mouth as well.
The mouth is how you love somebody. You can be a giver, you can be a receiver, or you can be both. We have the golden ratio, so you can have the Goldilocks effect where you're at even, but some people are more than others in different areas on their face. I've been studying this
Really?
for over several years.
Last question. What
Nothing about the
eyelash?
eyelashes. You're funny.
Hey, I mean, what about the eyelashes? We don't know.
Nothing about the
So,
eyelashes.
all right. So you say you've been doing this for years. So you don't have to answer this if you want to. You know, if you want to, you can. If you don't, it's okay. So when you are choosing a mate to procreate, this is the this is what you use.
No, no, I didn't learn that until I was about in my 30s. So no,
Oh,
I didn't have this information yet.
so and you, so okay, they about to send you a whole bunch of birthdays now. So as as far as your as far as now, with you're saying you're teaching and counseling, your dating life, this is what it evolves around.
I'm sorry. My dating?
No, your
I'm in a
your date,
relationship
no, no.
right. I'm in a relationship right now.
Oh, that's what I was getting to. Like, this is how your relationship came based off of this knowledge that you
Oh
now have.
yeah, definitely. I use it now with who I choose. Of course. Mhm. I'll be a fool not to.
I'm just saying, some people speak it, but they don't use it for themselves. So I'm just
Oh
asking,
no, no, no. I've been doing it. This is how you evolve consciousness. This is advancement above AI, is to know your neighbor, to love thy neighbor. That's the greatest law of it all. Of those all those laws that Christ said of Christ consciousness is to know your neighbor. So know your neighbor is to look at them and say, I know you. Just by looking at you. I don't have to know everything about you, but it's even what Martin Luther King Jr. talked about is like, don't look at my skin color, look at my content, and your content is red on your face. You can see how a person easy how much they're evolved in their consciousness just by looking at them. I could tell if you're just book smart. I could tell if you actually use your brain, if you've been through stuff, if you went through a soul fracture, um, if you've been molested, if you're a molester. I have a class where we went over predators.
Mm. And where do you teach this at?
I'm about to start a class. I have a meetup for my newest class because I revamped it. It's called Understanding Human Nature, and it's an intro class on Meetup that's coming up because I plan to be teaching by May, and I'm looking for 20 good students to actually teach this
In person or online?
online. Because I have a lot of clients that are not even in the states, and are not in the state I'm in, and different countries and stuff like that.
Okay, so we have a birthday, January 1/30/62.
130.
Yeah, 1/30/62, female.
And what she wants to know something about herself.
So can you read the hell with them? Oh, she's talking about something else. My birthday. She wanted to just read her birthday.
Well, she starts off as, hold up, I want to make sure I'm right. I'm just looking at stuff. Well, she definitely deals with her identity, dealing with that one. So how she nurtures herself is that she has to be where she feels comfortable about herself. People know who she is, but she has to really truly be in her purpose right now. Because that's important for people born in the month of one. They usually come to Earth to have focus on self. So they can come off a bit selfish, those people born in the month of one and those people that are born in the month of 10, because they deal with that one. So it's very important that they give themselves a lot of self care, um, stay in their purpose, know what they want to do, and stay on track with that. She's another three
Hmm.
with that 30. So, how she thinks, she can deal with anxiety, mood swings, get up and down. I would tell her to be careful of days of 9, 6, and 3 because those can be chaotic days for her consciously. They could be psychological. Um, and then with her year, she is a hermit by nature with that 9. So it would be that naturally she needs to have time to reflect and have that definitely that personal time where she can get away and be a hermit and do her research, or if she likes to be a mastermind, as most 9 people are, she can go and learn something and duplicate it and have time to herself. She's a businesswoman as well. She has to be in places where her house and her home is organized. She could be in organizations. She could be a businesswoman. She's always thinking of ways she can make money. She needs to definitely get into researching how she can make money. Um, Stay in flow with that because she can easily make money by the way she thinks. And this year she's dealing with seven, so she needs to do some things to make her world better, um, get into more spiritual practices this year of 2023, which could make her be in places where she could learn this year because she's her feminine energy wants to be in more educational places for 2023.
Okay, they're gonna send one more. Send one more. So that was gonna go to Ivy. Damn, I'm sorry about that. Thinking ahead, thinking truly too ahead. So basically, like you've seen these images and demons and goblins and ghosts since you was a kid, and you can see inside of these things. See, I'm guessing. I'm trying to put it in what you said. So it's
You
like
know what the thing is? I think people put a ghost on spirituality because spirituality is most of us have abilities and just don't even know it. It's really, I guess, my boyfriend always has to tell me that my world isn't normal. Like my what I experienced and even my family, how we are, is not just normal. And I get that, but it's almost like a lot of people miss the magic within yourself. Like dreams are if you have dreams and you dream often, that's an ability. Animals or different, a butterfly or certain things that come up to you, numbers and all that. Can I get the
that
bag?
was
Give me the
dope.
number. So spirituality is a part of your daily life if you actually are open to it.
Yeah, I totally get that. As far as like I I wouldn't say. Well, for me, it's I always say the universe. That's what I always go with. Like, yo, the
Mhm.
universe is doing this. So I guess that you would say, that's my spirituality when I say the universe.
I would call it source. Everything goes back to source.
And what's that?
Source is the all. That's
Okay.
the all encompassing. What you call universe, what we all are from, is that source energy.
So this is true when you say the universe. So when the stars and the suns and the moons align, and you say melanated people, this can send us to some type of, I guess, a mood, a emotion, due to how everything is being placed.
Frequencies, even on in the cities. If you look at the cities, how most what they call ghettos, the powers that be that are in control have those areas within the city that they can cast on. So the universe, the source of all, has that same ability of on all of us. It's just that some people are more aware than others of how the frequency goes and how to control it or how to even control yourself so you don't become a puppet to the matrix. So once you start being aware of what is going on, you're no longer a puppet. You know the weather. It's just like knowing the weather and saying, "Oh, it's going to be hot today." You follow astrology, you follow um knowing when portals are coming, knowing when full moons are coming, knowing when eclipses are coming, knowing when things are changing up because you know that your frequency could change up, and you got to know if it's you or is it the control.
Okay, so you're the control of that. So there you go. What's
Or
your take on soulmates?
I think people got soulmates so mixed up because soulmates are actually can be a family member. Your child could be a soulmate. An animal can be a soulmate. It's not just a lover. It's not just somebody that you've been sexual with or the opposite sex. Soulmates can actually be the same sex and could be your brother. Y'all did it before and y'all were best friends and then y'all came back this life, or most times your family are your soul groups and y'all did it in different ways. And those are your soulmates as well.
So I guess this would be as far as like in spirituality in the universe. What percentage do you believe in about reincarnation?
You want me to answer that one or your? Reincarnation, we don't believe in that much of reincarnation, but Eastern societies definitely believe in reincarnation, that they could die and come right back through their family line. That's why I always tell my young clients, definitely think about having children, because that line, you usually come back through your family. You could come back through a grandchild, or you could come back through somebody that's a relative, because you're going to want to like have the same one of them came in. You're going to want to have some type of food from them. You're going to want to have that same type of food. You're going to want to have those same type of traditions. So usually you come back through your bloodline. So reincarnation is definitely real. We come here all the time, but we just do it differently, and sometimes we remember and sometimes we don't.
Okay, someone said, what about
Twin flames.
twin flames and kindred spirit?
Twin flames are usually, you can have three twin flames. You have your ego, you have your karmic twin, and then you have your sun twin. And those twin flames are just reflections. They're part of your spirit that y'all were doing work in past lives, and you have to kind of get over some stuff. You usually go on a journey with your twin flame, and you experience a great deal. But twin flames, you usually don't stay with. They're like definitely like lessons to those people that you learn lessons with and evolve with. And then kindred is kind of still like soulmate. Kendrick is, somebody from the past that is still ongoing and continuing.
Okay, so I'm going back to what you said down. Hold on. How many flames do Geminis have? Somebody just put that.
Usually on your growth, your spiritual growth, you can have three twin flames. And the
Three twin
spiritual
flames.
the spiritual growth of the twin flames is just basically how you evolve, like in your spirit. If you're ready for that egoic twin, so you face somebody that has a very similar ego, and then you face somebody who's karmic, that it could be some bad energy, that could be a darker twin, and then you could face somebody that's your sun twin.
Okay, so you don't have someone you're meant to be with. That's what they're saying. That's
Oh
what.
yeah, you have plenty of people you meant to be with. There's plenty of people that you have to. It depends on your chart. Like there's some people who have there's portal children who have very much somebody to deal with, and then you have other people that come in your contract. You're contracted to people, so yes, you are destined to be with certain people in this lifetime, and move on and leave somebody else and go on to that person as
Oh,
well.
you got another birthday, 2/18/82.
So this person's numbers are 2911. That's how the soul contract starts out, is 2911. But 2023 they're 299. So this person, how they nurture themselves is through duality. Um, with that too, you could kind of be dualistic. People born in the month of two usually like to kind of explore the other sides. They usually, if you're Aquarius, um, you like to explore different people. So you may like to be into other cultures, or this is a person that may even like to deal with the same sex, or flip up with different things, because they like to explore everything. And it's opposites. Like age of Aquarius right now is the opposite. So it's like the wacky world of Aquarius, where anything goes. But this person nurtures themselves by probably being around different people, different places, and embracing that. They still deal with in their consciousness nine. So 18 goes to the nine. So they're a hermit. So they like to be by themselves. They can go and mastermind and travel by themselves and do a great deal of hermiting. And then they're the master teacher naturally with that 11, where they could be a great teacher. Um, but now they're going to probably, if they feel like they're in a lot of solitude this year, it's okay, because they're meant to be.
Got you.
And
Super
they're
Dave.
looking to go back into teaching and learning. And if they want to go and do some more school or be a teacher or get into anything of education, they should.
Super David, you can have more than one sexual partner if you please. Just wrap it up. That's your business.
What?
The question that I'm reading the comments as well as we going. So if that question came up, can you have more than one sexual partner? That's your choice.
Oh, but there's some. That's a good question because some signs are more polygamous than others. Like Earth signs tend to be more of your monogamy. Um, Air signs like Gemini, Aquarius, those people kind of, even Libra, a little bit more can be uh, poly. And then you have your other signs, but water signs can sometimes be poly. And then your fire signs are definitely can be open depending on what they are. But I see a lot more times earth signs can be more. We're not going for that. And that's your Taurus, your Capricorn, and your Virgo that usually like the monogamy. But it is by choice, but your numbers can't show. Your numbers and your birthday can make you a little bit more go towards the poly, which with this person, this with the two, those
Mhm.
type of people, I notice a lot of Aquarius men tend to have two families, or I've had clients where they find out that the Aquarius man has a whole nother set of family that nobody even knew about. So
Mm.
that happens when you're not really real or true about how you are.
Okay. We got, you feel like doing another reading? We got two more birthdays if you would like to. It's up to you.
It's fine.
All right. We got 526. There you go. 52671.
This is another. I forgot to tell people in the month of five, you're the creators, you're the communicators, so you're in the right place with doing podcasts, talking more, communicating. You are a talker. You are very smart, inquisitive. You very focused type of person. So with that five, you can definitely talk and get into creative aspects like music, writing, anything like that with people with the month of five.
Well, I didn't think that had to do anything about the month of five. I just thought that was just all the men in my family. Motherfuckers can talk.
Well,
That's it.
five is dealing with your five. When you think about five, you're dealing about the throat chakra. So you're dealing with more of speaking, and then five deals with the heart and healing. So five has a vibration to it. Numbers talk. So that's what five is basically the frequency of five. So if you are that person with the 526 birthday, you could be in anything of the arts, communication, music, anything like that. But then you deal with your mind is eight, where you deal with money. So you can easily make money, you can easily attract money, but you have to do your research, like looking into stocks, anything that you could get into, even dealing with law or anything like that that can help you get money. You're capable of doing that.
Okay. And we're gonna do the last two. What? No,
Well,
go
and
ahead.
then the year they're dealing with, they're a hermit too. What's all these hermit people coming out? Naturally, you're a hermit, but this year you'll get into more something spiritual. And what's the other one? Six
Oh,
twenty three.
six
Is that
twenty three 5.
six? Is this person Bailey? You could be more in the dealing with the consciousness. So six is dealing with psychology, dealing with people. You could be very friendly person. You can do anything in social scenes, social worker, psychology. If you wanted to get into something like that, because you like being around people. That's how you nurture yourself. That's how you love others. Is you more than likely study people, and then you're dealing with that five and how you think. So you could be naturally creative, you could be a talker, you great communicator, and anything within the arts with that five. And then the year, you dealing with five again. You're dealing with five, so you're naturally a very highly creative person. Um, and then this year could be a little chaotic for you. You can go through this year. 2023 is the year of three for you, so it could be a lot of up and down that you can go through this 2023. So kind of be ready for a roller coaster.
Okay. And we got one more. This is a bit of a younger generation. 7798.
I deal with a lot. This is the portal child, so um 7798, you are a portal child, so you have certain
What's
things that
before you go further? What's a portal child?
so you see the birthday is 7 7. So anytime a number duplicates it, they came on a portal. And this person, whoever this person is, they're a highly spiritual person. They came on a very spiritual day because seven deals with spirituality, making things. Them talks with five each
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
V, that you the last person you just read 62385. That is our host V Bailey from Talks with V that airs on Sunday at 8
Okay.
p.m. 7 Central. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that's who you just read, but I didn't mean to cut you off for 7790
Seven,
with the
seven,
four.
seven is whoever this is. I would love to talk to them about them being a portal child. But portal people come with very specific things to do. They have to first. They have to find their mate. They usually find their mate early. Portal people usually get married early in their 20s or even their teens. They find their mate. Um, they deal with having three children. Oh my god! Excuse me. They deal with having three children, and their middle child, usually out of the three, is their special child that they have to raise.
Okay,
So they come in here with certain things that they have to have they usually have a marriage, they have three children, and they also have a business. Because the business usually goes to that middle child, or they teach them and put that all in it. Somebody said, no, who's a portal child that don't want it?
nah, he's not a portal child. He's talking about the portal child.
Yeah, portal people definitely usually get married early and have children because those special children are like those people who end up growing up to be Malcolm X's and people that change the world. So they have to have this energy on them to help raise that child, and it's important. Portal people are very important.
Okay, portal people are very important.
And they also, I forgot one last thing about portal people. Portal people, their ancestors paid a lot of karma for them. So they come in and they kind of have an easier life than other people. But usually portal people kind of go off of what they have to do because it's so linear that
Mhm.
they get in trouble when they try to go off and do much more than what they're supposed to be here set to do. Because there's people who are set to do a great deal, but portal people are really only set to have families and have children and do these things and stay on that line, but it can be hard to do.
Got you. I understand that. I
Whoever
mean,
this is, they have a very spiritual path to walk. Whoever this person is with that 7 7 energy.
7777 has a very specific path to walk or special path.
And then they have the nine. So there's 7 7 9. There's a lot of nines, but there's 7 7 9. So they're a hermit as well. And they're a major portal this year. This person is the 7 7 is 7 7 7. So it's three sevens, whoever that is, they have some major work to do within their spirituality.
Okay. But this one more question before we wrap this up. People say like when I've seen somebody post something today that said 333. It was like 333, and I don't know what that means. Like,
333 usually deals with high energy. When you see 333, it could be good energy or it could be bad. Because 333 can even be, when I usually see 333, it usually means that you can get into fights with somebody, you can end up in getting in an argument with somebody. It could be physical, it could be, and then sometimes it could be sexual.
okay,
333 is a strong energy of just up and down. We just came out of March, which was March Madness. So that's why March gets a little crazy with that three. But now we're in April where it's four. So now it's all stability and foundation and building. And we get a little bit more, we feel more stable.
I got you. Definitely. But definitely, I'd like to thank you for coming on. But before you go, not sure if Ava told you, this is the part of the show where we retell horrible date stories. It's called I Be Damned. There's no numbers involved, so I don't know if you can analyze it by this, but this is a date that was sent in. And basically, she just told the story. Nothing bad happened. Nobody died. Nobody kidnapped. It's just basically like we telling the story. I'm retelling the story of what they told me. So we get this story straight out of Wilmington, Delaware today. So this is for you internet people. So this guy slid in my DMs to express his interest in getting to know me. I looked at his profile to size him up, i.e., make sure he wasn't ugly, married, and didn't have a bunch of kids. Before responding, he passed the initial test. So I decided to give it a try. Anyway, we talked on the phone and he was really cool and easy to talk to. He was smart, hardworking, entrepreneur with a lot of great things going for himself. Hey, this could be a match. He invited me out to dinner the following week and I accepted. We met outside of a restaurant. He was on time. I'm probably not black if he was on time, but once we got inside the restaurant into our table, I could see he was very well put together. Double yay. We placed our dinner order and then he picked up where our last conversation left off. This guy indeed was a talker, which you said, people, I guess he might have been a five since he's a
He
talker,
might have been a five.
which was kind of refreshing because I hate being the only one on the date talking. I was fine with him carrying the conversation, but I started to notice that the more he talked, the more I could see stuff stuck in his bottom row of teeth. Initially, I thought it was bread. Then it dawned on me that we haven't been served any bread or any food at this point. I closed my eyes for a few seconds and tried to figure out what the hell all that white stuff was in the bottom row of his teeth. So I leaned in to get closer. It was plaque. Fucking plaque, I said. I was so absolutely disgusted that I wanted to end the date at that very moment, but didn't have the courage to leave. I slowly started moving my glass of water and utensils all the way to the side of the table because I didn't want to risk him grabbing anything of mine by mistake by putting his jizzy ass mouth. I also started to interrupt him more while he was talking to control the conversation to lessen the chances of anything that shit flying out of his mouth and on to me, anywhere near me. Hey, he could be one of those spit talkers. We all know spit talkers. Needless to say, I made sure that we never went out again. A man that careless about his teeth clearly doesn't give a fuck, doesn't care about his life or mine. I like to kiss and be kissed. Ain't no way in 10 hells that I would ever kiss that guy. The thought of it makes my stomach turn. Like, how can anyone walk around with their mouth like that? Does he not have mirrors? Who raised him? Can he not afford a dental plan? He probably goes to the bathroom and waves at his toothbrush. In his defense, his breath didn't appear to stink, although I wasn't trying to get close enough to find out for sure. So perhaps he uses mouthwash or simply brushes his teeth with his finger. Who knows? Sincerely, dental hygiene matters.
She sounds like a headache. Sounds like a Virgo. No disrespect, but Virgos are highly critical. I bet her eyes are so tiny. Tiny eyes, like detail, and I bet you her eyes turn down. Like she sounds highly critical. She sounds like a Virgo. Like things have to be very particular for her. Like you might be missing out on a really good guy because you're critiquing the hell out of him. It didn't sound like anything else was wrong with them. A
See,
plaque, you can brush away plaque, but you can't brush away a bad attitude. You can't brush away a psycho. You can't, plaque. I would take any day over, um, disrespect, or it didn't sound like he did anything else but show up and maybe, I guess, didn't brush his teeth the best. I mean, no, but it seems like she wants perfection, and that, had to be much more than his plaque on his teeth. Oh no, I just keep it real. I'm a Scorpio. Like, nah, that's not a reason to kick somebody out of there. Like,
I mean, we had a bunch of wild stuff today, but I chose to do that one. I mean, as far as we had this one dating a nice southern gentleman for 3 months. We kissed, but nothing more. Met his mom. She said, "Don't waste your time with my gay son. He thinks I don't know that he hasn't seen pussy since he came out of mine. I'm stunned. What should I do?" He doesn't know
listen,
that I know.
listen to the mama.
Like, we
She
get all
knows her child, so I guess she don't listen to the mother. I wish I could see a picture of him.
Yeah, we get all type of shit. Clean my house and found lube that my girl and I doesn't use. I put crazy glue in it. My neighbor texted me that my girl and another female were put in the ambulance, stuck together and in pain.
Oh my
It goes to being
god.
sent. It sent her mom to get her things. How do I win her back? That's
What?
we deal with.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's the stuff we deal with. But I want to ask you this though, because I think this would be a good comparing on the show for a collaborative, because I believe we got astrologists coming within the next week or two or something like that. I'll find a date and have Ava reach out to you so y'all could, I guess it's all in one big family, what you do versus what they do.
I wouldn't say verses because I do soul contracts. I do a numerology of soul contracts that is actually complementary to astrology. It's a sister science to it.
Mm,
So I think it would just be complementary to each other. I wouldn't say that I know everything about astrology, but I can definitely hold my own in it. But I love to listen to astrologers and people that, can be of great influence. Like I said, I've had many teachers and mentors. But it's just my time to teach this year.
well, um, well, if it's time to teach, hopefully you can get some people out of who's been watching or who may listen to this later. Black Marvel, put her handles up where we can find her at if they want to reach out to her.
Okay. And then I have two events coming out tomorrow. I have a sip and paint. If you want to come out at Judy's Island Grill, it's out on
It's the
I
one in
bel-
Glen Burnie.
yeah, the one in Glen Burnie. We're having a paint and sip there. Me and my boyfriend, we do all the canvases, and it's an array of them that you can do and come out. And it's supposed to rain, so find something fun to do. It's from 7 to 10, and it's at Judy's, and it's a paint and sip, and we just have a vibe there. It's real nice. And then coming up May, it's sometime in May. If you go to my page on Hathorians, you can see on May I'll be having my first intro class to UHN, and you can sign up for that and RSVP to my first class, so you can get down to the nitty gritty about the 18 classes that I'll be teaching. And it's a journey. It's definitely a journey to start understanding um, people and their consciousness and all that.
So Judy's, I can go for some food tomorrow. I don't have nothing really to do
And I
tomorrow.
do readings there as well. So if you want to you want a reading in person, I do readings at the Paint and Sip. And your first drink is free when you come in, and it's with a purchase. And I believe, yeah, we have it on Eventbrite, or you can pay at the door, and it's $25.
Okay, pretty sure Ava's gonna send it out later on.
And we got something for everybody. We have stuff for men and women, and no canvas is the same. So there's different canvases, different people that you can paint, and animals, all types of stuff that you can paint. I drew some shrooms. If you like little shroom people, we have that too. Come out, have some fun.
We'll put it out there for you to make sure people come out tomorrow. That's Julie Island Grill in Glen Burnie. I can't think of the address right now, but I
Crane
really, really.
Highway, I think.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
yeah, it's on Crane Highway. It's right on the corner of
Mhm,
Crane Highway. Yeah,
mhm.
right on the corner. All right, so thank you for coming through, and we'll reach out to you with the astrology
Okay, cool.
comes out. But for those that's in the group, we're moving. Our new date will now be on Tuesdays. I'm giving
Oh,
up Wednesdays. I'm coming. It'll be coming on Tuesday. So starting next week, we'll begin on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, same time, just different day. If you home on Sunday, make sure you check out Talks with V, 8 p.m.
nice.
Eastern, 7 Central with host B Bailey. That's the six shooter. I mean, June 23rd, 85 reading that you heard. That's Miss B Bailey. What she said in the chat is she does not believe in polygamy. She is a water sign. She doesn't believe in it.
What type of water sign is she?
Uh, she a Leo, I believe. No, no, no. She Cancer. She Cancer.
Oh yeah, cancers are nurturers. They love on their people. So yeah, I could see that.
Is she a Cancer? 6 7 7 6 23. I think that is Cancer. Yeah,
Yeah,
Cancer.
Scorpios can definitely be that. Depending on, they have to have somebody that really understands them. But cancers, I can definitely see being monogamous.
Seeing that somebody's saying men come out, I'm guessing somebody's best friend is coming from Jersey to join your speed dating ritual. So I'll just leave it like that.
What, the speed dating? I'm trying to get a speed dating together. I got to get the men to come out. If the men come out, then that would be great. Then we can probably plan for another speed dating. She said, "Men come out, yeah, come out. Y'all be acting shy, and I actually can match you up with somebody that might be marriage material. I try to."
Well, there you have it. So we'll keep you posted on the speed dating. Remember, we'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you for coming, and thank you for coming. And if it doesn't rain, I'll come down Judy's tomorrow.
Come
And
out anyway. Who wants to be in the house while it's raining?
I don't like, I don't, yeah, like I said, if it's not, me and Ava can come down tomorrow. I know you ain't doing nothing, Ava, so we can come down tomorrow.
Yeah, I would love to meet Ava in person.
Yeah, I don't know her birthday because she couldn't caught a reading, but I know it's in January, I believe. I think it's in January. It's
Okay.
January 13th, I think. January 13th, 76, I think. I can't remember. Don't
Happy.
quote me on that.
I love my cat people. All righty.
All right. Thank y'all for watching. See you next Tuesday with another thing of I'll Be Damned.